we're back. Let's take a look at James Cameron's Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Let's see what he's got for us today. 27. Let's take a look. We go down almost to the end of that scene, and it says, okay. You know what? This is something that I don't remember from the movie. And when I read it in the script, I didn't think they had it in the movie. But when I watched the movie, you can get Terminator 2 on Netflix instant. Can't get the first one instant on Netflix, which is kind of weird. You'd think that, you'd be able to, but you can't. So anyway, I watched Terminator 2 as I followed the script to notice the changes. And also, I must have seen Terminator 2 a billion times. And I don't remember this at all. And what it is when Officer X is acting as John's foster mother, the dog is barking. Remember the theme of the dog? The dog knows that what's human and what's not. So John on the phone asks her, "Hey, what's wrong with the dog? The dog's barking." And Arnold Schwarzenegger takes the phone, changes the name of the dog to Wolfie instead of Max, but the Terminator doesn't know that. The new Terminator doesn't know that. And then he tells, he figures it out, and then they go. But there's a short little scene where Officer X goes to the dog, kills the dog, obviously, because the Terminators don't like the dogs, but takes off the collar and sees that the name on the collar is Max, not Wolfie. So now Officer X knows that who he was talking to was not John, but the Terminator that's protecting him, because he knows who that Terminator is. I thought this was a very interesting relationship between the two Terminators. They're both aware of each other. And they have this sort of subplot between each other, a silent subplot, and it works really well here, where Officer X goes to John's house, he finds out where John lives, goes to the house, and talks to the foster parents. And Janelle tells him, she goes, "There was a guy here this morning asking about him too." And Todd says, "Yeah, big guy on a bike. Has that got something to do with it?" And this is great if you watch the movie. It's the actor does it beautifully. Officer X registers the significance of that. He realizes who the big guy must be. He smiles, reassuringly shakes his head no. "I wouldn't worry about that guy." Do you have a photograph of John? I love it. If you watch that scene and you watch that, but you look at it here, because this is where it came from. This is where it started. This is where it birthed in James Cameron's imagination of how it would look. But you watch the scene on film and you're like, whoa, that's pretty awesome. And there's more of that later on, which is really cool, that these two Terminators are aware of each other. Moving on. Okay, scene 37. Now what this is good for, I wanted to talk about this, is because I wanted to talk about how you describe things that, well, the audience has never seen before. The reader hasn't seen before, the audience hasn't seen before, and that happens a lot in sci-fis, doesn't it? Okay? Or in period pieces. Sometimes, you do research in a period piece and you know something about the Dark Ages that audiences don't know about. You're bringing something new. You have to describe it correctly. You have to describe it in a way that, well, they understand, without them really being able to see it, right? Because you're only dealing with paper. So here in the vault in 37, Dyson walks to the stainless steel cabinet and opens it. Inside is a small artifact in a sealed container of inert gas. A ceramic rectangle about the size of a domino, the color of liver. It has been shattered, painstakingly reconstructed, and mounted on a metal frame. That's pretty cool. It's a great description. And then he goes on with the hand and stuff like that. But do you get a clear idea of what this thing is? I like the color of liver. We don't just give it a color. We go color of liver, which is sort of alien in our perception, unless we're a surgeon. We don't really know exactly what that's like. And I also like he goes it. And then he goes hyphen, a ceramic rectangle, and goes on. And that it is capitalized as if that it is a character. In a certain sense, it is. It is in the movies MacGuffin. Who's the director? The Birds. Hitchcock. Hitchcock used that as a device called the MacGuffin, meaning something that all the characters in the movie are trying to get. And in this case, the ceramic, this chip, is it. It is the MacGuffin. It is what everybody's looking for, and that's why he capitalizes it, which is kind of neat. Something to consider when you're writing a film. It's kind of like the Maltese Falcon, right? In the Maltese Falcon, what is everybody looking for? Right, the Maltese Falcon. Moving on. Well, folks, that's it for today. Please join me next time when we continue to take a look at Terminator 2 Judgment Day by James Cameron and William Wisher. We'll see you then.